Before I shut the waterfall down here for the winter, I'd show you how it all works, how I fit it in a confined space, and how I winterize it. So stay tuned and hopefully you enjoy. Okay, so under this bed of rocks here, there is a 5-gallon bucket that contains the pump and the water storage for the waterfall and creek. So to get to it, first I had a couple of plants down here that I pulled in for the winter, hopefully save them to use for next year. So to get to it, what you have to do is pull the rocks away. You can start to see the blue of the lid. I'm using the rocks themselves. Also, I have the wires down here for the lighting, so I got to make sure I don't damage those, so I don't have to do an extra or another step of replacing stuff that I wouldn't have to initially replace. So I'm just pulling these rocks away by hand. What's nice about this system is that when your water is contained in an area where sunlight does not reach it, it prevents algae growth. So I really don't have to deal with a whole lot of algae and slime and scum growth in the water. Alright, so I got all the rocks out of the way, and now I'm going to try to pop this lid off so I can access the pump. And it is really stuck on there. There we go. Alright, so the pump's unplugged and I can pull it out now. Jiminy crickets, that water is cold. There we go, so there's our pump. I popped the front cover off, and it is full of dirt. This little piece here controls how much water can go to the intake of the pump. To slow it down, I've got it all the way shut because I believe, I don't remember the $793 gallons per hour. Maximum height of lift 9.18 feet. To drain the system, I have a spare piece of hose that I can just connect to the top of the pump like so. Which the hose has started to dry out over the last couple of years, makes this a little bit more interesting to squeeze on there. That should work. It don't need to be on real far. We don't have a whole lot of pressure or anything. Then the hose just evacuates the water out of the bucket. Here we go, turning the pump on now. And there it goes, draining out the bucket. There's a shot in the bottom of the bucket. That's what you can expect for the amount of sand and dirt that'll accumulate in the course of a year, or I should say a summer season. So not too much, and that's just little fine bits. I did pick a few pieces of gravel and whatnot out of the bottom, but pieces of gravel your pump won't pick up, so that's not a huge problem.